Hello students, today in this session I shall be dealing with the preparation of income and expenditure account. In the previous lecture session of NPO, if we have gone through, we have discussed about the meaning of NPO, and then we moved ahead with the preparation of receipts and payments account, and then we have discussed the various important concepts related to preparation of income and expenditure account. So now if you look at the screen, there is a question which wants you to prepare the income and expenditure account of a certain evergreen club for the year ended 31st March 2019. So you have been given the receipts and payments account, and using the receipts and payments account you will have to prepare the income and expenditure account. So the receipts and payments account, if you follow, you will find there is an opening balance of cash and bank. So opening balance of cash is 600 and the opening balance of bank is 9,000. You have entrance fees rupees 2,000. You have subscription for 3 years. It is given 2017-18 1,000, 2018-19 9,000, 2019-20 1,500. So the year that we are concerned about is 2018-19. So in the year 18-19 the amount of subscription is rupees 9,000. Then you have interest on investment rupees 800. You have tournament fund 12,000, maintenance grant 5,000, hire of lecture hall 3,000, advertisement from souvenir 2,000, salaries 5,000, electric charges 600, rent 1,200, printing and stationery 1,000, furniture 4,000. Now see, the furniture has been purchased on 1st of October 2018. Okay, investment at the rate of 12%. Investments were purchased on 1st of July 2018. So if you can recall, we have just mentioned that in the receipt side also you have an interest on investment. So interest on investment has to be checked along with the amount of investment at 12% that is purchased on 1st of July. Then you have sundry expenses 1,000, printing of souvenir 4,000, tournament expenses 15,000, and the closing balance of cash and bank. You have additional information given further in this particular question. It says that on 1st March 2019, rent and salary outstanding were rupees 800. That means 800 and 1200 respectively. That means rent outstanding 800, salary outstanding 1,200, and you have a subscription accrued rupees 1,000. So I expect all of you to take down this question in your copy for better understanding. And after you take down the question, put a star mark against rent that you will find on the payment side. Put a star mark against salaries that you will find on the payment side. Why you are putting a star mark? The purpose of putting this star mark is that these two items require certain adjustment. And then you have a subscription accrued 1,000. That means certain amount of subscription is also due. You have not yet received subscription money amounted to rupees 1,000 for the year 2018-19. So also put a star mark against subscription. Again it says furniture to be depreciated at the rate of 10% per annum. So furniture value is 4,000, purchased on 1st of October. So put a star mark against furniture also. That furniture also needs to be treated. Then comes on 1st April 2018, the club possessed furniture valued 6,000 and outstanding salary rupees 500. That means in the beginning of the year, the club already had a furniture valued rupees 6,000. So that also needs to be treated. So put another star mark against furniture. And then it says outstanding salary rupees 500. Okay. So put another star mark against salary. Salary needs 2 adjustments. And it says 50% of interest fees is to be capitalized. Okay, 50% of capitalized means 50% is revenue. And remember, as I told you when explaining the concepts of receipts, revenue receipts, capital receipts, revenue payments, capital payments, that only revenue items appear. Capital items do not appear. So 50% of entrance fees will not appear since it is to be capitalized. Only 50% will appear in the income and expenditure account. So now from all these items of receipts and payments, we have to segregate that which of them are receipts of revenue nature, which of them are receipts of capital nature, which of the payments are of revenue nature, which of the payments are of capital nature. And we will only put or only take revenue receipts and revenue payments. And revenue receipts and revenue payments related to the current accounting period. The current accounting period is 2018-19. Okay, so this is the question. So all of you take it down in your copy when we as we move forward for the solution. So you can look on your screen. This is the income and expenditure account of Evergreen Club for the year ended 31st March 2019. So on the debit side you have expenditure amount, on the credit side you have income amount. So the pattern is very much similar to the trading and profit and loss account. So this is the profit and loss account that you prepare in case of profit making concerns. Since it is a not for profit organization, we prepare this particular account called income and expenditure account. So the debit side denotes expenditure, the credit side denotes income. So obviously all receipts will be related with the income, all payments related with the expenditure. So first of all we will deal with the income side, that is with the receipts provided in the question. So the first thing that we are concerned about is the subscription. So the year for which we are doing this accounting is 2018-19. So subscription income in that particular year, if you see how much it is, rupees 9,000. So what you will write? By subscription 9,000. Now you have put a star mark against subscription. That means you have an adjustment for subscription. What it says, that there is subscription accrued for the current year. Means at the end of the year there was a certain amount of subscription accrued. That means some members, they had to pay the money but they had not yet paid you. So you have to add that subscription accrued amounting to 1,000. So the amount comes up to be 10,000. So this is the first income of that particular club, Evergreen Club. Okay, the next you see is interest on investments. Now I told you that whenever you have interest on investment, it has to be related with any amount of investment provided in the question. So now you will see in your question, you have an investment that was purchased on 1st of July 2018, investment with an interest of 12%. Investment with an interest of 12% amounted to rupees 10,000. Okay, now see, I shall be doing the working here. You can have a look at it. So the investment amounted to rupees 10,000 was purchased on 1st of July. And the interest that was due on it was 12%. So 10,000 into 12 by 100 into from July to March. So if you calculate July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So it is 9 months. So into 9 by 12. So if you calculate, the interest comes up to be 900 rupees. The interest comes up to be 900 rupees. But if you look at the question, you have an income of interest on investment amounted to rupees 800. Okay, that means 100 rupees is accrued. You have not yet got the money. So by interest on investment received is 800, add accrued 100, it comes up to be 900. Okay, so this is the treatment of interest on investment. So next, as we move further, we have hire of lecture hall. That particular club, Evergreen Club, what they do is that they have a lecture hall which they hire out to the people who are in need of it. So that is an income for the particular club by hire of lecture hall. So what is the amount? The amount for hire of lecture hall is rupees 3,000. Then you have maintenance grant. Maintenance grant, and the amount of maintenance grant is rupees 5,000. Now see, I have skipped one item, that is tournament fund. Now why did I skip tournament fund? You can understand that fund is an amount which is given by some specific person for the conduct of some specific event. So this particular fund is an accumulated money for conducting a tournament, that is a capital item. So whenever we are considering or we are preparing the income and expenditure account, we only consider the revenue part, the revenue items. We do not take any capital items. I have in the previous lecture session discussed the meaning of revenue and capital items. So you will only consider the revenue items and not the capital items. So tournament fund or any fund is a capital item, it will not come on the income side. Next you have advertisement for souvenir. So that is again a recurring item. By advertisement for souvenir. The amount of advertisement for the souvenir is rupees 2,000. Now you see, there is another item called entrance fees. Okay, so now entrance fees is the payment made by a member at the time of entrance in that particular club. So it is only paid once in a lifetime. So in some cases it is capitalized. But in this question it mentions specifically that 50% of the entrance fees is to be capitalized. Means only that much money will go to be treated as a in the balance sheet, and the remaining will be treated as a revenue, and hence it will appear in the income and expenditure account. So you will write by entrance fees. So the amount of entrance fees you have in the question is, you will find the amount of entrance fees is rupees 2,000. So of it 50% will be capitalized, 2,000 less 50% capitalized, that is 1,000. So you will treat here only 1,000. Okay, so these are the items on the income side of the income and expenditure account. You have a subscription, you have an interest on investment, you have hire of lecture hall, you have maintenance grant, you have advertisement for the souvenir, you have entrance fees, rupees 1,000. Okay, so now we shall move forward to the expenditure side. So now we move forward with the expenditure side. So you will have to look at the payments, the item of payments in the question. So the first item of payment you have is salaries. Now you have 2 star mark against salaries. I believe you have put up those star marks in your copies. So the amount of salaries you have in the question is 5,000 rupees. So salaries 5,000. But you see, in this particular question you will find the adjustment. It has been given that salary outstanding at the end of the current year is rupees 1,200. Adjustment, additional information number 1. Again you have in number 3 that in the beginning of the year you had salary outstanding amounted to rupees 500. So that salary outstanding which you had at the beginning of the year related to outstanding in the previous year. Related to outstanding in the previous year, and that has to be deducted because that is a previous year expenditure, and in income and expenditure account we record only current year income and expenditure. That salary which was outstanding in the previous year is no longer outstanding in the current year. It means that that amount related to the previous year had been paid off, but that is not an expenditure for the current year. So what you will do, you will add the salary outstanding for the current year. Okay, that is 1,200 first. Okay, so add outstanding as on 31/3/2019. So it was 1,200. So it comes 6,200. You will deduct outstanding as on 1/4/2018, that is the previous year, 31st March 18 and 1/4/18. The balance is same, and you had an outstanding in the previous year amounted to rupees 500. We will deduct that. So it comes up to be 5,700 as the amount of salary. The next item we have electricity charges. So electricity charges amounted to rupees 600 to electric charges amounted to rupees 200. Next you have rent. So the amount of rent in this question is how much? The amount of rent is 1,200. Sorry, electricity charges is rupees 600. And the amount of rent that you have is 1,200. But again, at the end of the year, you have certain amount of rent outstanding. So you will add outstanding rent. So the amount of rent outstanding in this question is given as 800 rupees. So it will come as 2,000. The next item of expenditure that you have is printing and stationery. Okay, so what you will write? To printing and stationery. Printing and stationery, it amounts to rupees 1,000. Next you have furniture. Now you can understand, furniture is not a revenue item. It is a capital expenditure because it is an asset. You do not purchase furniture on a regular basis. It is not recurring in nature, so it will not appear on the expenditure side of income and expenditure account. Okay, so furniture is not going to appear, but depreciation on furniture will come. Now see, additional information number 2, it has been provided that furniture is to be depreciated at 10%. Now we will do the working separately here. So how to calculate that? Now see, again it says that in the beginning of the year you had a furniture valued rupees 6,000. Now this furniture valued rupees 6,000 which you had at the beginning of the year has been used by you for throughout the year, for the entire year, means for all the 12 months. But the furniture that is given in the receipts and payments account you have purchased on 1st of October amounting to rupees 4,000. So that furniture you have used for only 6 months. So depreciation on, you will have to do the working, okay, below the numerical. So I am just showing you here. So you will do at the end of the numerical, you leave some space and then you do the working and put in the information in that particular account. So if you see furniture, so the first one is amounting to rupees 6,000. You had been using it for the entire year at the rate of 10%. It is 6,000. Another furniture worth rupees 4,000 you have purchased on 1st of October. 10%, 10 by 100 into 6 by 12. So it comes up to be 2,000. Sorry, not 2,000. Sorry, it will be 600 and 200. 600 and 200. It comes up to be 800. So you write here to depreciation on furniture 800 rupees. Okay, so this is the next item of expenditure. Then we move forward to investment. Again, investment is a capital item and it will not be recorded. However, the treatment of interest on investment we have already shown and we have recorded here 800 rupees as interest received, 100 rupees as accrued, and income came to 900 rupees. Next item of expenditure you have is sundry expenses amounting to rupees 1,002. Sundry expenses amounted to rupees 1,000. Next you have printing of a souvenir. Printing of souvenir The amount that you have for such printing of souvenir is rupees 4,000. It is again a recurring item of recurring nature. It is item of revenue nature. It will be treated as an expenditure while preparing income and expenditure account. Next you have tournament expenses. Now you see, two tournament expenses. Tournament expenses amounted to rupees 15,000. But you already had a tournament fund. So you are expected to use the money in the tournament fund available for your tournament expenses. Now you see, tournament fund amounted to only 12,000, whereas your tournament expenses are 15,000. That means you have to spend 3,000 rupees more. So that will be treated as an expenditure while preparing the income and expenditure account. So these are the different items of expenditure we have found out from the question that is provided. We have the amount of salary, 5,700. You have electricity charges 600, rent 2,000, printing stationery 1,000. Then you have printing of a souvenir, depreciation, sundry expenses, and tournament expenses. Okay, so now your next task will be to compare the amount that you have, the total amount that you get on both the sides. So you calculate both the sides, the debit side and the credit side. So what you find is that the amount is more on the debit side. On the debit side is 21,900. So the credit side has the higher amount, 21,900. So you write it on both the sides. Now the debit side, the amount is less. So the balance will come on the debit side. So that is, income is more than the expenditure. The amount of income is more than the expenditure by 3,800. So you write here 2 excess of income over expenditure. Okay, so the excess of income over expenditure amounts to 3,800, and this amount is to be transferred to capital fund. So this is the income and expenditure account of Evergreen Club. Okay, so I hope the solution is clear to all of you. If you have any confusion, you can call me, you can text me, or you can ask me about your confusion in the comments section. Thank you.